morning, everyone. It's the Todd and Erin morning stream on
that?
getpartdaily.com. Before we start, before we go anything, this is something new. I want you to take a look here, and we have licorice, a duck, and a light. The first person who can tell me what they all have in common wins something.
We don't.
They don't really have anything in common.
Oh, so this is an impossible question, and you're psycho versus this actually being confusing. Okay, good morning, everybody on Facebook. How are you? We're so glad you're here.
To the mountain.
Who's decorating for Halloween already? Come on, write it down. I want to know what you're doing. Let's go to the Morning Mountain Camp. It's brought to you by the Black Diamond Experts. Experts in electric, plumbing, heating, and air.
It's good.
There's a little bit of sun starting to come up. It's hard coming to work in the morning and when it's dark now because it was we got so spoiled over summer.
I know.
Oh, well, it's the way it is. I can live with it.
It's the way it goes. Coming up, we're going to tell you about, first of all...
buy my food or go to hell.
Right. Elementary schools, how do they stack up?
Walmart wants to not only deliver your groceries, they want to come into your kitchen.
And LL Bean has the best promotion going on right now, and I can't wait to tell you.
Really?
Yeah.
That's pretty sneaky.
So before we go further, I want to tell you that, you see commercials for drugs, medications, and they always say, they have side effects and stuff like that.
Exploding liver, your spleen's going to come out your leg.
And then you see ones for the common drugs that you're like, but I thought that works, which they do. And then it's like a lawyer firm, and they're saying, call us because this has caused
if
so-and-so.
aspirin has given taken away your headache.
Is insulin caused your ears to explode? Because they're just looking for a reason to sue, and that they get a class action thing, and there's a settlement.
Life is good. Yeah, exactly.
So I saw one, and the first time I saw one for Vilify, and I don't even know a Vilify. Anyway,
Vilify?
Yeah,
it's an antidepressant.
It's something. Well, this is the deal. Evidently, it affects some people, or at least the lawyers think. So the question they say is, if you have lost a lot of money gambling, please call this number.
I'm going to sue because I didn't know that I wouldn't win when I went to Las Vegas. I can't help but feel that I've been cheated.
So in other words, what they're saying is it makes you more compulsive.
There's some drugs that do cause impulse problems. Lamotrigine's one of those.
Yeah.
I mean, where you just you don't know, you don't care.
But so specifically to say that you went to Vegas and you gambled your money away.
I just can't picture that one flying in court. I could be wrong.
The lawyer for the casino goes, "We're here to take your money, Your Honor. That's what we do. It's our thing."
You probably already know that, but
Right.
just in case anyone was confused,
You're right.
We're here to take your money.
That's right. See, so
Now this is cool.
I just thought that was weird.
Remember yesterday I was telling you about that fighter pilot squadron that came out of Saudi Arabia to help
Yeah.
on the ISIS bombing raid, and we
And
talked about the fact that it was a woman who is the head of
The lead plane.
and she's magnificent. She wears her hijab in the plane and everything. But I was thinking about the irony of this later. She can fly a $15 million jet,
It's more than that.
$25 million jet,
It's more than that.
$3,927 billion jet.
Yeah, that's closer.
But she's not allowed to drive,
Right.
because it's Saudi Arabia. Well, the prince just changed that yesterday, and women are now going to be allowed to drive in Saudi Arabia.
Next year.
And the cool thing about that, though, is there's been a couple of women who have actually gone to prison because they broke the law and they drove like they had to take a child to the hospital or there was an emergency. And I think that was one of the elements that the royal family looked at and went, yeah. So that's good. Congratulations. I'm happy for you.
I would like to complain at this point because I am currently being
You're really going
I
to
want
blame
to say
this on us.
torpedoed, but that's something. I'm fighting the tide at my house because I've been working on. Just take a look at this. I'm at Kentucky Fried Chicken, and they're calling to see if their coleslaw is ready. I've been on a diet. I've lost 3 pounds, and Erin has sent me to Kentucky Fried Chicken. And once she said the words,
All right, 2 coleslaw, 1 mashed and gravy, the 12-piece half and half, and 6 biscuits. Anything else?
that's great. Thank you.
Happy to that one.
All right. So, yeah, I got the rolls. Yeah, because how could I get fat without them? So I am. You can't be losing weight and then all of a sudden have someone say, "Hey, we're thinking about Kentucky Fried Chicken," because once they say Kentucky Fried Chicken, your brain your brain goes berserk. And you think about it, it's like 2 hours later, and the whole 2 hours, all you're thinking about is the 11 herbs and spices and trying to figure out what the secret is, and there is no secret. It's just friggin' spices and chicken and frying and skin and that. So I'm sitting at almost 6 o'clock in the evening at Kentucky Fried Chicken on 4th South. I'm wearing sweatpants. I have no shoes on. And I got my kids in the car. Zach, you want chicken?
Jake.
He wants chicken. Zoe, you want chicken?
Jake.
Yeah, everyone wants chicken. So that's my play. I am trying to lose weight. I'm trying to do the right thing. And I'm trying to eat kale and stuff. And this happens to me. So that's how it works in my house. See?
I'm sorry, the best part of that video is Zoe photobombing you in the back seat.
You're trying to
If you know with his
distract.
desperate little hands and everything were above, that would be our daughter.
You are trying to distract this because of the Kentucky Fried Chicken.
You're
thing.
really blaming this on us.
Absolutely. When you go on a diet, who is supportive?
You are.
Who buys you cauliflower?
True, but you guys all still eat Kentucky Fried Chicken.
No, we don't. We've never eaten Kentucky Fried Chicken when you were on a diet, ever.
Yeah, you do.
Ever.
Yeah, you do.
We've never bought Kentucky Fried Chicken when you don't eat Kentucky Fried Chicken.
That is absolutely not true. You guys had last summer. Yeah. See, the problem is this. I don't think either one of us had consumed Kentucky Fried Chicken for
25 years.
25 years.
Maybe 30.
And during a rough period, a year and a half ago, somebody left this gigantic bag of Kentucky Fried Chicken on our doorstep, one of our neighbors. We don't know who because they didn't leave a note. And so we brought it in, and Zoe took a bite and went, "Who has made this thing?" I mean, literally just like that. And we're like, what have we done? And it's like, ever since then, we've all had this unnatural craving for KFC. I mean, we can't seem to stop ourselves. It's been a year
We
and a half.
crave it fortnightly.
It has been a year and a half of like just this essential culinary slavery to this dish.
And the worst thing is if somebody brings it up at like 2 in the afternoon and she says it to Zoe, our 6-year-old, it's like, should we have Kentucky Fried Chicken tonight? And I can hear from the other room. And I'm disgusted. And then for the next 5 hours, all you can think of is Kentucky Fried Chicken. Excuse me.
Oh, funny. Noel on Facebook goes, "Thanks, Todd. Now I want Kentucky Fried Chicken."
See?
I know. I'm sorry, right?
See?
I know.
All right, now that
I'm
you've...
sorry.
Yes, we'll all meet there. We'll go to the original one on, 45th and State. Okay. What is this new
I
thing?
am going to put something together with
So
that.
we're live on Facebook, obviously.
Yeah.
What's waving?
The waving thing.
What is it?
Has anyone else noticed this? I've
this
had
new?
I have 3 little boxes that just popped up on my page, and they're all like, "Steve's waving at you. Dana is waving at you."
Well,
And I'm
this
like,
is. Didn't we used to poke each other?
I remember the poking, but that was just like, it was just sort of mentioned somewhere. But right here, it like pops like, and it's like tap to wave back, and then you're like, well, if I don't tap, then I'm a jerk. But
And if you do, it could start more.
and then so I tried to click all 3, and then 2 more just popped up, and I'm like, when did this happen? Because I'm feeling a level of anxiety now of the obligation to wave back. This is new.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Daniel. We'll like your KFC extra crispy.
Really? You had to say those words?
Extra crispy is the best.
You're an evil woman.
I know.
All right. Speaking of food,
I know. Let's
who's
move on.
selling food?
Well, no, this is actually pretty entertaining. I did not know that, but there are now like prep ministers. You know, the big prepper industry is huge.
Right.
And we've talked about this before, and there's all kinds of shows about doomsday preppers and blah, blah,
Right,
blah.
right. And there's
here in
evangelists
Utah,
now.
and here in Utah, we're exceptionally good at it.
Right.
We're all pretty good about getting those supplies in the emergencies.
72-hour kit.
Bug out bags.
Why not 80? Why not just 80 hours? Why not add that little extra time? And why 72?
In any case, there is a
100 be rounded off, and it sounds better.
He's a prepper pastor, Jim Baker, and he was encouraging the wealthy to buy $1 million worth of his products because their money will soon be worthless when the end times begin and the financial system collapses. He says, and when you empty a bucket of food, just trust God to refill it.
What's that mean?
That means that once you eat it, it's okay because God's just going to refill it right back up.
Like
So
the fishes and the loaves.
something like that, I guess.
Huh?
There will be some kind of manna from heaven.
Right.
Someone actually once in church floated the theory that manna was zucchini because it was so easy to get, and we were all like, "Oh my God,
I don't
that's
even know
really what it was meant."
What's manna?
Manna from heaven is the biblical phrase. Manna from heaven, where there's food. Food will be provided for you.
Like a buffet.
No, not that easy, honey.
Oh, okay.
Probably would involve like going to a field somewhere and picking things.
As I flip through,
But it says, do $1 million worth of food. I'm serious, said the pastor. If you're rich,
Wait, one person?
this is the prepper pastor.
Do $1 million worth of food. One
I'm
person.
serious. And
I
if
see.
you're rich, your money's going away anyway. It's not
Right.
going to be worth anything. So why not sow that money to the Lord? Well, technically, Pastor, we're not really sowing the money to the Lord. It's
giving it to
it's
you.
going to you. It's going to you. It's not going to the Lord.
So,
So, a prepper pastor, I had no idea.
what happens if you don't do that?
You're going to go to hell.
Does he say that?
Pretty much, yeah. He says, all those who do not use all their money to buy as much food as they can will have to answer to God.
Does it say
It just
what's?
seems very punitive.
It doesn't say what's in the bucket. Wouldn't that make a difference? Like if it's like granola bars with chocolate stripes on it, you'd like $1 million.
I could do that.
Right?
But if it's like that freeze-dried ice cream,
Right. That they took to the moon.
and you have to add water to make it
Why would you
fluff,
take ice cream to the moon? Just a thought.
just on principle.
NASA.
Why not?
I just don't.
It
Yeah, I
just,
saw
seems, it
when
just
you-
seems a little punitive.
I have weird taste, and sometimes when I'm bored and I don't want to see politics anymore, I click through, and some of the close channels to the news stations are like the Knife Channel, which is awesome, and they have knives, or the
and
Jewelry
who
Channel.
bought 100 knives off the Knife Channel?
$69. Guess what I got? 100 knives, all made in China,
That bent
all
when you used them.
breakable with a ear swab.
I guess
just
a
break them.
bendable knife could be considered a cool magic trick, but 100 of them seem disappointing.
No, it was not good. Or jewelry. The Jewelry Channel is great
Because you feel like you're holding
and
something.
they're god awfully ugly, and that's incredible. But I did go through past one, and it's a religious channel, and the pastor was sitting there, evangelist, and he was selling bottles of water that had been blessed. So he had cases of this water where you could tell that just a new label was put over the old one, and he had blessed them, and he was selling them all.
So he ran down to Smith's and bought a pallet of water, and then he just
He
put the new
blessed
label
it.
on.
No, he blessed it first.
Blessed it first.
And then he sold it for $20 a bottle. And they mail it to you.
Get out. $20 a bottle?
Wouldn't it be weird if that actually worked?
I totally do that. You know, the sad part is I might actually fall for that at least once.
At least once.
At least once.
Especially if you were thirsty.
All right, this is kind of interesting. You know how everyone's starting to do these food delivery services now? A lot of grocery stores are saying, hey, look, order everything online, and then we'll have it waiting for you right here at the spot. You just-
Harmon's, I think, started with that drive up in the Brickyard Plaza.
Yeah.
And then some of the Smith stores are doing it. Where
Fresh Market, I
you
think, does
pull
it.
up and they bring it out and they put it in your car. But what's this?
Walmart wants to take this an extra step.
Okay.
Because I think they were spurred by the fact that Amazon will now deliver food to the house. They'll deliver groceries. So they're like, well, we'll deliver it. Fine, we can deliver it too. And then they thought, okay, if we can do that, why don't we just go one step further?
Does this person live in this house? Or okay, that's the lady
She's
who owns
the wife,
house.
and she goes, I don't have any food.
I'm going to run.
I'm going to go out now and be healthy.
Here I go.
So I'm running now. Now, while she's out running,
Yes.
Walmart is busy packing all of the stuff.
She's at work now.
Yeah, she has an active
What's
lifestyle.
What's Walmart doing at uh-oh.
Here we go. And look at his face. That is a nice
He
boy.
looks like a good, honest
That is
guy.
a boy who also knows how to angle the label towards
What's
the
he
camera.
doing?
They give you the code.
Oh, no.
You give them the code, rather.
Right.
Then they notify you by phone, hey, I'm coming into your house.
Right?
It's filthy.
Right.
And-
What's the
No,
underwear
see,
doing on the banister?
Yeah, right. Anywhere else, this is going to be beautiful and spotless because, and see, you can actually watch them on your phone.
Look, here, he's putting away
Put
the
it away.
eggs.
And see, that was one of the crucial things everyone always talked about is like, I don't want a stranger in my house going through my underwear drawer. But you can actually watch them on your phone.
No, you can watch them put your underwear on their heads.
Deliver the food. And she's like, look, it's like Christmas.
Thank you, Walmart.
Okay, but it's interesting. So yeah, they actually want to deliver the food and then come in and then put it away for
I
you.
don't think so. First of all, they'd be eaten by a dog. Number two, they're in my house.
Well, you know what? I think most people actually don't mind the idea of someone else delivering it and putting it away. It's just that every single one of us have the same problem. Our kitchens tend to be filthy, and it's like, I don't need any more judgment in my life.
Our kitchen isn't filthy anymore since we moved to and renting a house.
Yeah, the house is actually really clean now. This is like the first time since we've had children we've had a very clean house. But nonetheless, you know that they will judge you. There will be something, and you will be judged. I can't take any more judgment. Yes?
No one's coming in my house.
We don't have anything we're stealing. What are you worried about?
What I would do is I would go ahead but you can't order produce because you want to look at the apples. You want to look at the celery. You want to pick that stuff out. So you're going to be there anyway. So why not just finish your shopping? But what I would do, and this is serious.
Well, maybe they could just do staples, like deliver that
Well,
caseload of toilet paper.
we don't eat processed food. So here's the deal. There's one thing about shopping I hate. I do the food shopping, and I like doing the food shopping. It makes me feel like I'm nurturing the family. Plus, I get away from the kids, and then and I go through and I pay for it. Still loving it. I take it to the car, loving it. Put it in the car, loving it. Drive home, open the doors, hating it. I hate bringing food into the house.
Why do you hate that so much? Because it really is your thing.
I'm the one who will take 30 bags at one time.
So basically, Walmart could follow you in a car
Right. See,
to the house. Then they could take the grocery bags out of the car and bring them into the house for you.
Now you're thinking.
You could deal with that.
Yeah. They could just get in the back of the pickup truck in the bed, and then they bring a bicycle with them, and then they ride back to the store.
This seems very labor intensive for
Not
Walmart.
for me. I'm just sitting on the couch watching them put away my food. Or even on the counter is good. You just have to get close to the kitchen. So I don't have to carry it 30, 40 feet. I know it sounds weird.
So you want them to alter their entire marketing premise just to make sure that you are comfortable with having someone else carry your bags into the house.
This is plan B.
I know. This is my
How much would it cost for the other way when they show up at your house and they unlock your door? Oh, and they walk into your house. Oh, and then you watch them on video do weird stuff, and then they
put away your groceries.
Yeah.
Who knowing that they're going to be on camera is going to do anything weird? Nobody.
Weirdos.
What?
I don't like the idea.
Is wrong with you?
Should we since we're talking Halloween and that's your favorite thing?
Ooh, Kurahara corn maze. I've been waiting for these to come up because there's 3 different ones. And Alex has made every single one of them absolutely amazing. Have a look.
Alex, you can stand up.
You're right there.
It's your corn maze. Hi, Alex.
Hello, how are you guys?
All right, it's the Kurahara corn maze and pumpkin patch, and this is free, the whole thing. This is a destination. Now tell us about the pumpkin patch first. I mean, the corn maze.
Okay, our corn maze has 3 different locations. You can go in the scary one, you can go in a dead end one, which you have to retry again and go to the one to get out.
What's a dead end one?
I have this picture of sending all the people I don't like in the dead end one, and they're just kind of circling around
I'm
like
hoping
cattle.
that's the one they pick.
Now, the pumpkin patches, though, Zoe, my daughter, is freaking out over your Cinderella one because I was telling her a little bit about it. But you've got 3 different kinds.
Yeah, so the 3 different pumpkin patches we have is one Cinderella's Castle. That one's going to have a girl theme, Cinderella pumpkins, worded pumpkins for like witch pumpkins, really fun pumpkins for girls. We're going to also have a Frankenstein Cemetery pumpkin patch that's going to have Frankenstein pumpkins.
Which of those?
They're green. They're really, really cool. Fun for like heads, paint, like Frankenstein. And then we'll have ghost pumpkins in that one too because it's a cemetery.
I love those kind. And since you do have all the designer pumpkins, you also have the Nightmare Before Christmas theme?
Yeah, and that one's just regular pumpkins. So you can get big ones, small ones, great carving ones though. And that one's just like really decorative, so great for pictures.
Now wait a minute, the corn maze is free.
Yes.
All the activities in the pumpkin patch are free?
Yes. All we ask is come buy pumpkins, and pumpkins are a really good price. It's going to be a really fun pumpkin picking experience.
Right.
That's the main thing about us is we want to make a pumpkin picking experience and have some fun things to do.
Let's all disappear mysteriously. Come on.
All right, so I got to tell you, he showed us a picture. The pumpkin field's fairly close by, but he showed us a picture on his phone. Folks, they got pumpkins.
Now, here's the cool thing. It's one of those destination pumpkin patches because it's the theme, and so you can take the kids through all of the different themes. It's free, which is killer. The corn maze is free when you get pumpkins, and you're going to anyway because they've got all the cool designer pumpkins. But this is the one, like if you're one of the Pinterest moms where you totally dress up the kids, because I used to do that, like with the matching fall sweaters and with the chunky cable knit and everything, and you want to get the pictures with the pumpkins and be all adorable, this is the place. I mean, they're absolutely gorgeous. But it's going to be fun. I mean, he spent $30,000 to create this whole, like, gigantic escapade of awesomeness.
When's it open? 27th,
This Friday.
it said.
This Friday.
Oh, cool. That's a lot of pumpkins.
This Friday, he's got a lot of work to do.
All right,
it's a lot.
so before we go to news, got to tell you that there's a co-author of a scientific paper, and they're 8 years old.
I know, isn't that cool?
Let's get some information first.
All right, that's Daisy, of course, in the Gephardt Daily Newsroom. She is brought to you by Fink and McGregor. That is fink-mcgregor.com. And if you go there, you will find a plethora of mortgage options because they are mortgage brokers. So they have a lot of different things you can do. Mortgage is made simple. Just go to fink-mcgregor.com. Also by All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. This is the perfect time to give them a call because something has to be turned off, something has to be turned on, something has to be serviced to make sure it's safe. And they're the ones to do it at allutahplumbing.com. Daisy, my dear, what is going on this morning?
Hello everyone, here's what's making headlines Wednesday, September 27th on GephardtDaily.com. Unified Police are investigating a fatal motorcycle crash in Big Cottonwood Canyon. Detective Chuck Malm told Gephardt Daily a man was headed down the canyon Tuesday afternoon when he slammed into the canyon wall just above Big Cottonwood's famous S-curve. Malm said the victim is a 62-year-old area resident. His identity was being withheld pending notification of family members. Investigators have yet to determine if alcohol or drugs were involved in the crash. A Spanish folkman charged in the strangling death of his wife is back in the Utah County Jail after a judge increased his bail tenfold. 35-year-old Curtis Nichols was out on $100,000 bail until Monday when the judge in his case increased bail to $1 million cash only. Nichols is charged with murder and 3 counts of domestic violence in the presence of a child in the August 24th strangulation death of his wife, 35-year-old Robin Curtis. Another Utah high school has been invaded by bats. Hundreds of the winged marvels have taken up residence in the auditorium at Layton High School, and now the district has hired a private company to find the bats to a new home. About 400 of the furry critters have been captured so far, and there are about 1,000 yet to go. The school says every precaution is being taken to prevent students being exposed to the bats. You may recall hundreds of bats invaded West High School earlier this month. And now let's have a gander at our Wasatch Front weather, where we'll see temperatures in the low 70s the next 3 days. A chance of rain Thursday, but we dry out a bit heading into the weekend. Nighttime lows will remain in the 40s. That's it for now. For more local headlines 24/7, go to GepharttDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
Thank you, Daisy. All the high schools are getting.
Bats.
Remember, it was bats at West High on Monday.
I gotta tell you.
Now it's Layton High.
Daisy is so afraid of bats.
I know, that makes me so sad.
Like afraid that you wouldn't pull a trick on her to be funny, because she would die, and
that level of, yeah.
And then she'd kill you.
Yeah, with clowns, I just will dry heave repeatedly for an hour, but she might actually keel over.
I learned something yesterday talking to John at All Utah Plumbing, Heating, and Air. Yeah, so I was hanging out with him, and we decided that we wanted to go over a list of things you need to do in the fall.
Okay.
And one of the things that I did not know was true was the fact that you change your filter in your furnace.
Furnace filter. Uh-huh.
Right. How often do you change it?
Me?
No.
Till it turns
A
black.
person.
A normal
A
person?
normal person, and let's say it's the thin ones.
Is it like every couple of years or something? I don't know. Why are you looking at me like I just shot a puppy? I don't know.
I don't know either. So he told me every 30 days.
No.
If it's the thin one, it's every 30 days.
For a furnace.
For a furnace. And I didn't know that. And what happens is if it gets dirty, your furnace is working harder. You won't get the airflow. You won't get the heat. And I did not know that. But we went over the fact of what people are doing, turning your outside faucets off. If you can't, you get one of the styrofoam deals. We talked about that. Talked about taking the hoses off. your faucets.
I got to go do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, if you need any help, All Utah Plumbing, just go to allutahplumbing.com or give them a call, 801-652-4755. Is this 8-year-old from here? Where is this smart person
Well,
from?
I can't help but feel a little protective about this girl because 8-year-old girls apparently are not often encouraged to play with bugs and insects. But Sophia Spencer
My kid is.
loves bugs and insects.
Good.
Zoe had like this one poor grasshopper she found that had been wounded, and she kept it every day and she was petting it. I said, "You can't touch its eyes," and she's like, "It loves me to touch its eyes." And Zoe's the kind of girl that emptying her pockets at laundry time is like this
Pill bugs.
exercise in terror.
Pill bugs.
Because you have no idea what's going to be in
Right.
there. But
Zoe and I actually caught the second largest insect in North America.
Oh,
And it was
that
a
thing.
water beetle, and it was this big. And it was awesome, and she was a champ because of it.
no, I can fake being happy at home, but I can be nauseous here.
It was amazing.
They did this praying mantis little nest, and like 18,000 praying mantises came out of it in spring. It was just like it's not like the tulips that you wait for. It's like
the cool thing
at all.
about praying mantises is like you're here and they reach for you, and it's just like.
I know
And then they just start leaning forward and they start crawling on you, but it's really slow and deliberate.
Yeah, I know because Zoe put one on me once. Thank you so much.
It's awesome.
In any case, Sophia, this is kind of sad because she was teased at school because
For
she
what?
really liked
Being
bugs.
smart?
Because they'd be running around and she'd be in the corner going, "Oh look, it's a
There she
caterpillar,"
is.
blah
She's
blah blah.
adorable.
And look at that sweet little face. She's precious. Well, so her mom Nicole was really worried about her daughter's confidence because things are going so
Yeah,
haywire.
because she's going to be smart.
She wrote a letter to the Entomological Society of Canada asking for encouragement. She said, she's asked me for over a year, is this a job? Is there a job I can do with this? And I told her about entomology. And she said that of course you can. So I was wondering, would a professional entomologist be willing to speak to her over the phone?
Oh, yeah.
Because
Nice.
You're her heroes, This
Nice.
would be like Michael Jordan calling somebody. But for
My
her,
dudes and bug girls,
and so
women.
And it's very sweet. And she says, I'm always looking for articles for her, but I don't know what to do.
Right.
So here's the thing that's adorable. Number one, hundreds of entomologists, females and otherwise, then all went up on the Twitter feed for the society, and they were all encouraging her and giving her support. And there was this big hashtag that actually went national in Canada that was hashtag bugs are for girls. One entomologist told Sophia, "You can visit my lab anytime." Another
Really?
one sent her a whole bunch of books and all kinds of equipment.
Right.
But here's the part that kills me. Morgan Jackson's a PhD of entomology from Ontario. And she actually co-authored a scientific paper with him that was published in academic journals all over the world.
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, tell me that
She's been published.
isn't that the most awesome thing
crazy.
ever? She goes, I believe this now that I can grow up and I can study bugs and definitely grasshoppers. But I just love the fact that this is an 8-year-old. This has got to be the first 8-year-old who has co-authored a academic paper about entomology.
You know what the entomologists should do to encourage boys and girls for this? They should do a Bug of the Month club. And so every month you get a box. It'll be like this big, and then you get to open it and go, "Ah!" And there's a new bug in it every month. The spider just leaping spider. Hey, we wanted to thank you. Sometimes we forget to. We want to thank you for viewing and listening and watching on, including what? Everywhere.
YouTube, SoundCloud, Facebook, if you're going to Gephardt Daily. And the nice thing is you can do it any time of the day or night.
We are stalking. We're stalking you.
We're really there.
Well, and to
We're
thank you.
overly available.
What better way to thank you than with a big juicy steak? A big juicy steak from Christopher's. So what we're doing is we're having you sign and go ahead and comment on the Facebook page as we speak and say, hey, you can say something weird, but make it nice. And then we take those and we'll pick a name on Friday. Three friends, and you get to go to Christopher's and have an incredible meal.
And they will treat you like the little princess you wanted to be, and you get to sit and talk and laugh. You get to pay back those social obligations because they threw a party and you came, and then you're like, I should invite them over to the house and have
Right.
dinner, and I didn't want to because it's work. And it's
people-
just a great night.
People want the steak. I can see them right now.
I know. We want to join you. It's incredible.
All right.
They had this lamb chop thing going on for a while that was apparently like like some sort of drug, because one of our winners went there and then she went back every week for the next month.
Nice.
So it was, there you go. All right, so anyway, you can do that on all of our Facebook pages, Get Part Daily, Get Part Approved, or the Todd and Erin Facebook page, and you're entered to win. And then we'll draw a winner on Friday, and boom, you're done.
Coming up next, a huge pot bust.
A mountain of pot.
Next.
Todd and Erin's Morning Stream, brought to you by Black Diamond Experts. Electric, plumbing, heating, and air conditioning. You'll be glad you called an expert. Fink and McGregor, mortgages made simple. Make sure you go to fink-mcgregor.com and try out their 4-minute mortgage program. It's incredibly easy to find out whether you qualify. The Todd and Erin Morning Stream is actually available anytime at geparddaily.com. Just click on the Todd and Erin page.
All right, so I want to tell you a story because it is a huge story. And you know, a lot of local places, a lot of local towns and stuff, they don't have a lot of drug action going on. So a lot of the cops and the stuff, they don't get a chance to make a drug bust. And so, and I'm sure they feel bad because they get to see these pictures of all these drugs stacked up on top of a car that some highway patrol guy pulled over.
You want to be one of those officers sitting there with a big mountain of confiscated illegal substances.
Well, it happened in Missouri. It happened in Missouri for the cops and the sheriffs there because the National Guard helicopter, actually, they had to call in the National Guard because they found a huge amount, well, take a look, a huge amount of marijuana growing. And so they were like,
like fields of it, like you would do with alfalfa, except for
like
that it was
hundreds of thousands of dollars. And so what they did is they cut it all down and they put it in these nets and they're going to put it into a landscaping trailer, right? And so they took all these pictures of them.
You know, you got to have the pictures.
Hundreds of
You
photos.
got to have the
They
pictures.
threw it up on Facebook, and then people on Facebook started commenting. And one of the biggest things they commented was that's not pot. It's hemp.
It's hemp. Explain the difference.
Hemp, first of all, I've read, hemp is used for fiber to make rope. Also, you can make clothing with it.
There's all kinds of amazing applications for hemp.
It won't get you high. It's
a non-psychotropic. There's nothing there.
There's nothing in it.
There's nothing there that you can smoke that would get you high. However, it is delightfully similar
to
in
make
appearance.
fiber, to clothes and paper and all this other thing. But saving grace for the cops is the fact that it's still illegal to grow.
It is?
Unless
Oh.
you have a permit.
And
They had a permit. So now they've destroyed someone's crop. And they got pictures. Oh, they took them down off Facebook.
I know, because I tried to race to the police the police thing's Facebook to see if I could grab the photos, and they'd already pulled them.
It was gone.
Not in a mean way. I just kind of wanted to get them
All
because
right.
you know.
So what is this Pitch Perfect thing I see?
Okay, this is a little present. It's just for Todd.
Me.
Have
okay.
a look.
All right.
What's up, pitchers? See you guys, I missed you. Hey, Bellas. So what do you want us to sing tonight? I brought this just in case.
We didn't invite you guys to sing. We invited you to watch.
Excuse me?
I just thought you guys were so busy with your awesome jobs.
Right.
It's Pitch Perfect 3. Yes, baby, they're back.
Why?
Todd is madly in love with Anna Kendrick, and he absolutely
No,
loves
that's
Pitch
over.
Perfect.
I've
And if you
moved
notice,
on.
Rebel Wilson, the blonde, who is the cutest thing ever, she's the one who just won that big court case in Australia because they totally slandered her. But yes, and
I've moved
the title is "We're Back, Pitches." Because it's. Oh, come on! I thought you'd be excited. It's Pitch Perfect.
I've moved on
You're such a
from
liar.
Kendrick. No, I actually have.
Well, but you love Pitch Perfect,
I thought it was fun.
and it's the third one.
That makes it.
You
bad.
watch Pitch Perfect 2 like 827
No,
times.
I actually didn't.
You're really going to do this to me?
No, I just.
thought I was giving you a little treat.
No, that was really nice. But Kendrick, I have moved on after the Cup song, and I have moved on now. And I'm looking. Any suggestions you can put up on Facebook? Who I should admire? Female.
You still have Olivia
actor.
Munn, honey, so that's good.
I have what?
Olivia Munn. You like her too.
Which one is Olivia, Mom? Oh, yeah, she's good. I like her. She's nice. They have to be talented, and they have to have a sense of humor. That's it.
That's fine. Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you this. Kuahara, if you want to go to the Facebook page, just like the post you'll see on our Facebook page, they're going to randomly pick 6 lucky families to come out, and they get to fill one of their wagons, I mean like to bursting, free with pumpkins and take them home.
Awesome.
That is a cool prize. I would totally go for that one.
That is a very cool prize.
Right? So it's Kuahara, Pumpkin Patch, and Corn Maze. And once again, it's 122 South, 7th West in Draper. So, yeah, I just wanted to remind everybody about that because the big fat wagon of pumpkins I thought was a pretty awesome prize.
We're going to talk about elementary schools in Utah, and the grades aren't doing well.
We had a drop.
At our kids' school? At our kids' school?
I don't.
That's coming up next.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation. Elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. Did you know you can catch the Todd and Erin morning stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GephardtDaily.com?
Did you know you can buy a house with a 600 credit score?
Really?
We have lenders, we have programs, stuff that's come up in the last couple years. 600.
Wouldn't you have to have like 50% down or something, though?
Nope. 3.5%.
Where would you start the process on this?
Well, Fink and McGregor has a website, 4minutemortgage.com. Just go there, fill it out, up and running.
How long until you get back to us?
1 business day. Whole thing takes about a month, start to finish.
Where do you get the down, though, if you're broke?
It can be a gift from family, relative, significant other, even your work.
Gift, huh?
Yeah.
You know what that makes me wish?
What?
Makes me wish I had friends with money.
All right, I figured out who my new crush is. I do. I just figured it out. Ghostbusters, the crazy girl.
Oh, yeah. Why can't I remember her name now?
I don't know, but she's on Saturday Night Live. And she plays the crazy...
She's the one who plays Hillary Clinton on Saturday Night. Kate McKinnon.
Yeah, Kate McKinnon is my new...
Kate McKinnon.
Thank
Kate
you,
McKinnon.
I have a crush on her.
I
Do
know,
you
right?
really?
Isn't she adorable?
Daisy does too.
Everyone has a crush on Kate McKinnon.
And you know what's nice about it?
Everyone.
She's adorable.
It's Daisy. She's a lesbian, so
it's okay.
platonic.
Really, this could totally be like, yeah, exactly.
Oh, but for Daisy, okay.
Yeah, for Daisy, this could be an option.
Okay.
But for you, you just get
she
to
is
enjoy
so-
her performances.
She is so funny. Oh my gosh.
If you ever do get a chance and you haven't seen this, go on to YouTube and pull up Saturday Night Live, the alien abduction
They have 5 of
and the
them.
Santa Claus abductions.
Yeah.
And I won't explain it, but you will just wet yourself. You'll laugh that hard. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, it's a little mature. Okay,
It's
so
extraordinarily funny, though.
all right,
Sad
so
news.
is this going to bum me out?
Well, no, it's not great. Okay, now Utah requires that public schools give a letter grade based on student proficiency and growth on the Student Assessment of Growth and Excellence tests.
Okay.
Now, for high schools and graduation rates, those figure into their grades as well. But for elementary schools, literacy test results factor into the letter grades. So Zoe's literacy test was very good, by the way. So that will help our school. In any case, though, this last year was not good. For some reason, slightly more Utah elementary and middle schools received D's and F's.
Oh boy.
There was a slight raise in C's, which I guess is good, and then a big drop in A's and B's. And they're still trying to figure out why, because there really wasn't any kind of comprehensive reason, like attendance didn't change or
Right.
a lack of funding for
Right.
additional tutoring or any of those things. But they said the change was noticeable enough.
Really?
And the fact that it was
C's and F's.
the direction went down so badly to D's and F's that they're trying to figure out what happened exactly.
I think it's the
So-
fluoride
You think it's the fluoride?
or vaccines or chemtrails.
Evil dogs who live in the forest? Mm-hmm. Squids with teeth?
Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know either.
All right, so coming up, we got information time.
Oh, yeah, let's go to Daisy. She is in the Gephardt Daily newsroom dreaming about Kate McKinnon, whom I also have a crush on.
Kate McKinnon!
She's adorable. Okay, she's brought to you by Fink and McGregor. If you go to fink-mcgregor.com, you will see why mortgages are made simple. There are so many different options. You can get a mortgage with a credit score as low as 600. Also, someone can call you back on the next business day if you'd like some help. Also by Black Diamond Experts. They are experts in electric, plumbing, heating, and air. They also just got a brand new office in Ogden. You can reach them at blackdiamondexpert.com. Daisy, what's going on today?
Good morning, Todd, and hello again, everyone. Here's a look at national and world news Wednesday, September 27th on GephartDaily.com. The Taliban and the Islamic State have claimed responsibility for a rocket attack at the airport in Kabul, Afghanistan, Wednesday, which they say was an attempt to kill U.S. Defense Secretary James Mattis. Dozens of rockets were launched at the airport just hours after Mattis arrived in an unannounced visit. A number of hangars were damaged and several helicopters damaged or destroyed. Mattis had already left the airport at the time of the attack. There were no reports of injuries. Over 30,000 people have been evacuated Wednesday after a series of explosions rocked a Ukrainian ammunition depot. The first blast was reported Tuesday night, and explosions continued into the day Wednesday. About 1,200 firefighters have been called in, along with 600 members of the Ukrainian National Guard. The government says the explosions are an act of sabotage. And some bad news for Donald Trump, whose favored candidate was soundly defeated in Alabama's GOP Senate primary runoff. Luther Strange conceded to his controversial opponent, former Alabama Supreme Court Judge Roy Moore, Tuesday night. Moore was removed as Chief Justice after he refused to take down a Ten Commandments monument. He was re-elected to the job only to resign after he refused to follow the U.S. Supreme Court's ruling legalizing same-sex marriage. He'll face Democrat Doug Jones in the December general election. That's it for now. For more headlines from across the country and around the world, go to GephartDaily.com. Todd and Erin, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Daisy. We appreciate it. Okay, I'm excited for the people in Ogden because they now have a Black Diamond up there. These are the Black Diamond experts, which means electric, plumbing, heating, and air, which means they go through your house, they make sure that they test your furnace and make sure that there's no scary emissions, that everything is nice and safe for winter, ready to go. Maybe you just need a quickie tune-up, that's fine. They can also help you shut everything off outside so that it doesn't freeze and explode and burst your pipes and all those things that we hate. And the nice thing about them is they also are 24 hours. So if you have something explode and it ends up in your basement, they're the guys you call because they will take care of it for you. Now, it's very easy to reach them. Just go to blackdiamondexpert.com.
All right, I have a new part of our show. It's my favorite thing. It's called What Happens Next.
It should be good.
That's awesome. The lady decides to go to dinner, and her and her family, they go, what do you feel like? And they say Longhorn Steakhouse. One of their favorite places in the world.
It's delicious.
So they go in. It's a little busy. The hostess says, take a seat. We'll be right with you. And they do. Her whole family's sitting there. And suddenly she feels a pain on her foot. Guess what happens then?
Someone stepped on her foot while they were racing to get to the buffet.
Her family said, hey, Mom, what's wrong? Guess what happens next?
She says, ow, my foot hurts.
No. And then she reaches down and she puts her hand on her foot. Guess what happens next?
Is it like a bug bite or something?
No. And then she feels something moving. Guess what happens next?
Tell me.
She pulls a copperhead snake off her foot.
Those are wildly venomous.
Yes, they are.
How did a copperhead snake get into the Longhorn, Texas Steakhouse?
I don't know, but it was only like 8 inches long, so it was like a baby.
Doesn't matter. They still have plenty of venom.
They still have all the poison in them. And then she obviously had to go to the hospital for 11 days and evidently can eat for free at Longhorn Steakhouse.
For the rest of their life. Now, wait, there's got to be there's always some sort of like rebuttal or explanation from the management that always is like reeks of desperation. Is there a good one here? Because I believe so. Well, Longhorn spokesman Hunter Robinson said, the bite was a highly unusual incident. We are working with our facilities team to see how the copperhead may have occurred. We're taking steps to prevent it from happening again.
What's it becoming like
Really?
a special?
There's copperhead snake steps that you can take.
De-snaking your restaurant.
That's probably an important one. Except for I don't want to be the minimum wage employee to go, hey, you go start crawling around all of the tables, underneath all the tables, and start looking under all the furniture. See if you can find any of the copperheads, okay?
Coming up next, LL Bean.
This is really cool.
This is the best campaign I've seen in a long time.
It is really cool.
It's coming up next.
We're brought to you this morning by Executive Transportation. Elegant service, professional style. Go to executiveutah.com. And All Utah Plumbing. Your home deserves the best. 24-hour emergency service at allutahplumbing.com. Did you know you can catch the Todd and Erin morning stream any time of the day or night on Facebook, YouTube, and SoundCloud, and GephardtDaily.com?
All right, so I want to tell you a story. This is going to be, first of all, let's do the White House thing. Let's do the White House thing.
Okay, we could do that first.
And talk about the...
Melania Trump. Now, you may remember that this actually started with Michelle Obama. Michelle Obama created this big garden, and she actually modeled it after the Victory Garden that Mrs. Roosevelt created during World War II.
Right.
She had turned part of the White House lawns into a big Victory Garden.
Everyone's
like, how could you tear up the lawn? And she's like, because everyone needs a Victory Garden, and I want to garden by example.
Victory Garden used during World War I and World War II to grow your own vegetables because the other vegetables were going for the troops.
So in any case, Michelle Obama said, this is a great idea. I'm going to start it again. And she did it because she was really trying to push healthy eating for kids and like produce in schools and different things. So there was a ton of stuff. Well, apparently no one knew what to do because there weren't any instructions. So they kept watering this year and continued on. And Melania Trump took a look and went, I could do that.
So she's a farmer now.
So she grabbed a bunch of 11 and 12-year-olds. She said, come help me harvest. And so they started cutting up the lettuce and the radishes.
Nice.
And it's very cute. It's very funny because there's this immaculate White House kitchen behind them. And these kids are tromping through with just these filthy, muddy feet. And you know the chefs are just like, the whole time. But I thought that was very cute. She kept it going. Cute. So good for you.
So when I went to college, Unity, Maine, in the middle of nowhere, 350 students, 12 women, basically training to work for the state in...
where he did competitive collegiate chainsawing. I just discovered this last week after 20 years of marriage.
All right, I have to show you how to do that.
Okay.
All right, so we go down and I'd go down to Boston and stuff where my family was, and we'd visit. And we'd all, people from Connecticut and everything, and then we just kind of all get back together and get in the same car and we drive north. We always stopped in Freeport, Maine. Freeport, Maine is the home and the only location of LL Bean.
It's the mothership.
They took, it's the only ship.
Really?
They took over. They're online now, but they took over the entire towns with huge warehouses. They employ everybody. They're really good to their employees. And they have LL Bean stuff, which is like high end.
Oh, yeah, it's gorgeous
Now,
stuff.
It's also open 24/7. And so it'd be 2 a.m, and we'd be going back. And
there would always be canoes available to you.
You would feel the guy driving kind of take an exit, and everybody wake up, and we'd pull into the parking lot, usually pretty empty at 2 a.m.
Get a turtleneck.
And we'd get out, and everyone I always went to the same place, which is the wooden canoes, and they had brass nails that held it together. And it was a packing canoe, which means it had a yoke, and you could take it and potage, and you could wear it over your shoulders and walk because they're really light, and you could walk with it when you potaged.
Portage.
Going around a waterfall, you carry your stuff around every single time, and I would take it and I'd put it on the back, and I go, someday I will own one of these.
I will portage.
And I will hang it in my living room after I potage.
Well, now I know what to get you for Christmas. Although, is the living room specific, or could it be the garage? Or
no, it's got to be living room. So anyway, the point is that they've got a TV commercial going on right now, which I think is awesome. The guy's inside. He opens the front door. He looks down, and the mat says "Welcome," facing the street. He takes it. He turns it around, so it says "Welcome to the outdoors," which I think is brilliant.
But they're running this full-page ad right now.
In New York. They ran this in New York City.
And so you're thinking, oh, that's cool. You know.
So all it says is it's a big blank. That's expensive for a big blank.
Wildly expensive.
And it says LL Bean, like the letter here, letter there. And you cannot see the ad or the announcement or the invitation until you go outside in the sunlight.
You put it out in full sunlight, and that's the first time that you can see the ad. Isn't that clever?
How amazing is that?
That is so clever, though, because it's the whole point of everything they do in their entire marketing campaign. So what a logical thing to do. You have to be outdoors.
To see it.
Isn't that clever?
I just think that is the smartest thing.
I love that.
And so somebody's looking at it going, dopes. They're
They're
stupid.
Mistake. But I think that, yeah, that's so intriguing.
I think that is so cool. What a great.
All right. Now, I've seen kids do this where it's like a snowy day and they're sliding on their shoes and they'll grab a bumper. And I'm sure knowing
What do you call it?
I'm sure knowing your desire to kill yourself as a child through every possible measure, I really don't know how Miss Virginia.
World's record in Lexington, Massachusetts. And this is not because I'm brave. This is because I'm an idiot. 57 miles an hour behind a Volkswagen Bug. And
What
the
do they call
problem,
that?
Well, it depends where you're from. We called it bumper riding. Other people call it skitching. The only problem with skitching and bumper riding is at 57 miles an hour and you're crouched down on your shoes and you're being pulled by the bumper and the Volkswagen's trying to make it through the snow and you're having a great time. When you finally say that's enough and you let go, the car disappears. It goes like this and here you are sliding down the road alone at 57 miles an hour and trying to keep your balance. The problem is that as you're going down the road like this, the roads in New England are crowned slightly. So you have this kind of effect.
So you end up at a snowbank
And
every
you're
time.
coming
or a
down like
ditch.
this and you just slowly start fading to the side until you hit the snowbank. And
Where's Todd? In a ditch.
yeah.
That's great.
I have less parts than I had earlier. So anyway.
You know, you really don't need all those ribs. Some of them are really probably just optional. So it's okay.
So skitching.
Skitching. Okay, this guy kind of took this a little higher.
This gentleman decided he wanted to take a little ride.
Oh my gosh.
And this is in Australia. He decided
Dude.
to look what he's hanging on
That's
to.
just like the windshield wiper, isn't it?
So he's standing on the coupling that he couples to. It would couple to another train, and he is standing on that. And the only upper body connection he has to the train is hanging on to the windshield wiper.
Wow, that looks super secure.
Now, people started taking pictures of this guy and they started posting it. And next thing you know, the authorities found out. This is actually while it was happening. And someone contacted the police. They contacted the transit
We
people.
couldn't help but notice there's someone clinging to the back of your train going 70 miles an hour.
70 miles an hour. How incredible is that?
No, that's really horrifying,
Oh, that's
actually.
awesome.
Actually, that's really horrifying. He probably went, I totally had this. Totally, man. You know he said something stupid like that. It was fine.
What's the penalty? Besides a nice job.
No, there should be something very stern because that's like sanctioned suicide or something.
I think it's
I
awesome.
totally had it.
Couple
Had
things.
the windshield wiper.
Don't forget about the pumpkin deal.
Yes, make sure you just comment on the Kuwahara Pumpkin Patch Corn Maze post on Facebook today. And by the way, don't forget the corn maze is also free when you get a pumpkin and you get to go through all the different little theme areas. They're very cute.
Christopher's.
Always important.
And you mentioned make a comment.
And make a comment, and then we're going to draw a winner for dinner
Friday.
for 4 on Friday.
And you guys have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow with the Todd and Erin Morning Stream right here on GetPartDaily.com.